Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Make Your Day Richer. Thank you so much for being here on, really, it's Thursday, but whatever day you're watching this, I'm happy that you're here. I am your host, Kelly Clarkson. Okay, folks, if you've ever stared at a blank page, doubted your big idea, or wondered if you're really good enough to chase that dream, today's guest is here to tell you you absolutely are. Amy Bernstein is an award-winning author, professional book coach, and former journalist who's made it her mission to help creative people, especially women, embrace their calling without apology. Her new book, Wrangling the Doubt Monster, is winning awards and hearts, and it's packed with to fight fear and find inspiration. She's not just brilliant, she's brave. She shows up with vulnerability, truth, and tools that help us thrive in what she calls the age of doubt. So if that sounds like a good show to you, click the like button, click the share button, and let's start the show.
Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door.
Amy, thank you so much for being here. Now that we've realized before the show that we have met like 16 times.
Maybe not 16, but that would be wonderful. But I'm really glad to be back with you.
I love it. Congratulations on your new book. I know it came out at the end of 2024, right?
No, January, actually. This January.
All right. Well, it came out just a few months ago. It's called Wrangling the Doubt Monster, Fighting Fears, Finding Inspiration. Love that title. Tell everybody about the book.
Yes, thanks. The title really resonates. That was an interesting journey in and of itself. Wrangling the Doubt Monster is the little book that every self-doubting creative person needs now. So whether you are an artist, a novelist, whether you're starting a business, it almost doesn't matter what line of work you're in. You have creative fires burning within you, but you also have so many doubts about how to make that a reality, about how to pursue your path, how to manifest your career in an artistic field. And so the doubt monster really comes for you. It comes for all of us, right? This book, it's not a how-to, it's not instructional, it's not prescriptive. It's a source of encouragement and inspiration for everyone to feel who doubts, to feel really seen and to feel encouraged to move forward. So it's the kind of book you could really just dip in and out of and take away a good sense of reassurance.
Amy, we have a mutual friend, Stacey Andon, and I was literally just talking to her about this yesterday. And my suffering of all of this, so I'm going to get your book because I need it myself. You kind of brought it up, and I love to ask authors how they come up with their book titles and if they have ever considered anything else and how they landed on what they did. So tell me about the title.
Yes, well, this isn't actually, it is an interesting story because I will give a spoiler alert. This involves AI in one of its earliest kind of incarnations because I have a publisher who loves AI for research. And so when I approached the company that published the book eventually with my proposal, the book was called You've Got This, and I can't even remember the subtitle. And I thought, oh, this is great. You've got this. Says it all. This is a great title. This is wonderful. So he accepts the book and he says, well, we have to do something about the title. And I said, okay. And I was open-minded. I mean, when you enter into an agreement like this, you really have to be willing as an author to make changes. This is a partnership. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Let's do this. So he sends his little AI tool, whatever it is, brainstorming on, here's what this book's about. What should this book be called? They come up with all these different things. And what I realized was I had used the term, I didn't really like a lot of what he came up with. There were little bits and pieces of word here or there. I realized I had used the term doubt monster in the book, which really said it all. And it suddenly dawned on me, oh, this has got to be in the title. So I think I pretty much came up with Wrangling the Doubt Monster because wrangling is such a wonderfully strong verb or verb form that you don't come across all the time. And then the subtitle, Fighting Fears, Finding Inspiration, I finalized that because I loved the alliteration. It was very true to the book, but I will admit that probably a word or two came from the AI generated list. So AI had a minor assist, but I will take most of the credit.
We'll say that we used AI, yeah, in a small bit. Um, I mean, I have so many questions for you, and AI now is bringing me into more questions in the book writing, publishing world. But Amy's such a creative, artistic person, and when you're talking about all this stuff, I think the like buzzword that comes to mind for a lot of people is like imposter syndrome.
Hmm.
And I'm curious your journey with being creative, being an artist, if you ever had that and how you, and if you did, like, how did you get to this point of being able to help us?
Right, right. Well, let me start with it. I define imposter syndrome a little bit differently from a lot of people. So let me put it this way. Having doubt monsters and doubting yourself has a lot to do with how you feel before you've taken a risk or taken a chance on yourself. And you're kind of afraid to make that investment because you doubt that you'll succeed, you doubt you're capable. And so all these things are holding you back. To me, imposter syndrome is after you're someone who's achieved some measures of recognized success. That could be a degree of celebrityhood, it could be money, it could be an enormous promotion, it could be something very visible, it could be getting an award. And so you succeeded and suddenly you feel, "Oh my gosh, this is out of proportion with who I think I really am. Like I don't really deserve what I've been given. They've probably made a mistake." And while obviously there's a component of doubting in there, you're in a different place. And that's a scary place to be too. When you look at people who have best-selling books and they're under pressure to produce the next best-selling book, that's a tough place to be. And
Yeah.
that's where imposter syndrome can kick in. So I think we can recognize that whatever end of the spectrum we're on, our doubts are going to play a role in, keeping us up at night and making us feel pretty anxious.
That's so true. Are you now working a lot with like nonfiction authors? Are you coaching around that? Which I love. My favorite thing is nonfiction. My favorite thing is memoirs. So um, tell me about the work you're doing and how you're helping
Mhm.
people.
Yeah, I am a professional book coach, and I have quite a number of clients who come to me usually with an idea for a book and they don't know where to start. And one of my favorite things is to take a writer, or in some cases, an aspiring writer, from an idea all the way through to a really solid, polished book proposal that can reach a commercial publisher or an agent, where we've created an idea for a book that has undeniable power and urgency. It's an
Mm.
amazing journey to take writers on, and it's a very, very difficult journey. And sometimes writers come to me with a lot already written, and then we've got the hard work of sort of unpicking what they have done and making sure that we really nail down the point of the book, why this book must be written, and the story and the journey that the book is taking to connect with a reader. It's a very lengthy, difficult process and unbelievably rewarding when writers have that aha moment and they really see where they're going with this book and we can picture what this book is going to become. It's very exciting.
And what's the best way that people can connect with you for that?
Well, for that, I have an author website and a book coaching website. So wordfirstbookcoach.com, just wordfirstbookcoach.com, that's all run together, takes them to my book coaching business, but amywrites.live. It's just AMYWRITES.live, goes to my author site, and I had the foresight to cross fertilize them both. You can find either from either side.
Okay, good, good. What's something that you wish authors knew first time, 20th time, knew before getting into actually writing? Is it how long it's actually going to take?
One of the things is definitely to understand that the process of writing a book in any genre takes much, 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 much longer than you expect. This is a given. The other thing that a writer should understand before they start, if they intend, unless they're publishing only for private eyes, if they intend to publish in any form, writers need to come to grips very early with what it feels like to be rejected and how to handle
Mm.
that. It's so much it's so important as part of the writer's business. The business of writing involves rejection. The business of writing involves learning how to accept constructive feedback. and to be edited. And so anyone who starts down this road should recognize that it may feel like this is something that you do alone in your room and it's just between you and the paper or you and the screen. Ultimately, it is a team sport in many ways, and you want to recognize that your writing journey will take you, into those other avenues.
Do you think everybody should be writing, whether or not it's for public consumption? I feel like Substack is becoming such a huge thing where people are starting to write, people are starting to fall in love with the written word again. Do you think everybody should be writing?
Here's my answer. I think everybody should get in touch with their creative spark, whatever that is. For some people, it's writing, but for many people, it's not. One of my
Mm.
dearest friends is an unbelievably gifted theater director, and a budding filmmaker, and she's got so many talents. She's a welder. She welds beautiful metal sculptures. She doesn't happen to be a writer. She's one of the most creative people I know. So with tools like Substack, it makes it seem like writing is the low-hanging creative fruit, so to speak. But I just want everyone to step into their own creative practice and
Yeah.
find the thing that you love the most and do that, whether it's writing or something else.
Yeah, I say that all the time on here. Like, try everything, see what you love the most, and then have at it. And I think it's important, like you said, to try different things and see what you are connected to. Hmm. What are you hearing from people who have read the new book?
Oh, the feedback has been so amazing. I mean, it's one thing when, the people in your network tell you they like it, that's fine. But when
Yeah.
complete strangers say, "Wow, I stumbled on this book. I didn't know what to expect. It has helped me with my doubts so much. I just feel, I feel really recognized. It was so encouraging." I mean, that kind of feedback has been amazing. And people are saying, "I'm buying extra copies for friends," because this is that book that makes an incredible gift for somebody who's graduating and is stepping into the world. And of course, they're full of doubts about their path in life. Or it's for that creative person who seems stuck, or someone who just needs that boost of encouragement. It's really it really is a nice gift to give. And of course, that sounds ridiculously self-serving, except it's also true.
Yeah. It's fact, so we can
It's
say
a
it
fact.
here.
It's a
Yeah.
fact. Yeah.
Yes. What are you working on now? What can we expect next from you?
Well, I don't have a new book underway because I am trying to, beat the bushes for this one. But I do write. I'm one of those people. I do write weekly on Substack. It's called Doubt Monster, and it's really an extension of a lot of these themes, exploring how anxiety and doubts and so many other factors play into our ability to step into our creative life. And I wrestle with those and write about those things every week, and in one form or another. And that's been a real joy to develop that.
That's beautiful. What do you love most about your life right now?
Oh, wow. I said this morning that I feel like I'm riding a merry-go-round, and every day I get up and I get on a different animal to ride on that merry-go-round, which is quite wonderful. So one day it's the horse, one day it's what do they have on there? The unicorn, one day it's what's
Yep.
on there?
There's
The
usually an
tiger?
elephant. Yeah.
The elephant,
Mhm.
because I teach a tremendous amount of, writing craft courses and creativity workshops, and I loved that work. I do write every day, whether it's for my Substack or other essays that I'm working on. I do love talking about, Doubt Monster. I love coming on podcasts with people like you and others, and I love working with my book coaching clients, who are all sort of stepping into their own awesomeness as writers. So it's a little bit of all these things, together every day.
And tell everybody about your workshops.
I'm running creativity workshops, which I'm doing only in person right now. So, I mean, if you're anywhere near Baltimore, Maryland, you can find information about this on my author website, amywrites.live. But it's really geared toward multi-genre artists come to these workshops to figure out how to better manifest their own creative identity, deal with their own challenges and blockages, and we explore that in detail through a workbook that I developed, and it is incredibly profound and revealing for people what they learn about themselves as artistic beings. And I can't wait to do it again.
Amy, the most creative person you'll ever meet in your entire life. I cannot thank you enough for being here, for really doing what you do to help and to encourage people to create, because so many people need that little push and that confidence, and that's what you're here for, and I love it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm so glad we found each other again.
Again, Wrangling the Doubt Monster is Amy's book. So go get it, would you? We'll be right back after this. Don't go away. Life is difficult. Are you feeling overwhelmed or like you could use a little support for your mental well-being? Visit the Help Hub. It's the most comprehensive and inclusive free online destination for mental health resources, helpful tools, crisis hotlines, and supportive content. Just go to thehelphub.co to find the resources you need when you need them most. Unlike other resource pages, the Help Hub is divided into 16 different categories, ensuring that everyone in every community has access to the resources and support that matches their unique needs. Find the help you're looking for at thehelphub.co. Welcome back, everyone. We had a light out at the beginning of the show, and it's fixed so you could see us. Apologize if I looked very tired. There's a lot of lights happening in the studio to make me look like I'm awake this early in the morning without coffee. All right, have a great day, everyone. Go make your day richer. Go make somebody else's day richer. You've made mine by watching this show, and I love you for it. We've got 6 more episodes to go until the end of season 1, so I hope you're enjoying it. And make sure you are liking and subscribing and sharing and all the other things wherever you're watching. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.